Welcome to the Facebook Live Support sample video from the course The Fearless Fluency Club. In this video, you'll see a recording of the live video that I did on the Speak English with Vanessa Facebook page. When you join the full course for the Fearless Fluency Club, you will get live support like this each week to help you understand and keep up with the full course. Enjoy this video and learn a lot. Hello, welcome to today's live Facebook lesson on Thursday. I'm glad that you're here on the Speak English with Vanessa Facebook page. This is where we have live lessons every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That's New York time. And if you can't be here live, it's okay, I understand. You can watch the replay. The replay is available anytime, any day, so feel free to watch it again and again and review and practice. I hope it will be extremely useful to you. I hope you're having a great week. The weekend is almost here. If you have some fun weekend plans, let me know. Today, if there's anyone new joining me for the first time, I want to introduce myself. I think I haven't done this each time recently, so if you're new, hi, I'm Vanessa, and welcome to the Speak English with Vanessa Facebook page. This is a great place to improve your English, have fun, become an advanced and fluent English speaker. I want to give you a free present. There are actually a lot of free things that I offer, but especially today on this post, you can download the sample lesson set for the Fearless Fluency Club. This is 4 videos, grammar, vocabulary, conversation, pronunciation, PDFs, transcripts. It's a really great free pack that you can download at the top of this post. So make sure that you do that. It'll probably take a couple minutes to download. It's a big file, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So thank you, those of you who are joining me live today. We've got a great expression and an important idea for life. Hi Tsuyoshi, hi Valerie, welcome. Jean-Jacques, you're here live. Great, Millie, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I have a question for you at the beginning of our live lesson today. My question for you is, do you think that you have changed a lot since you were a teenager? Do you think you've changed a lot since you were a teenager? So yes means, oh, I have changed so much, I'm almost a different person, so much of me has changed, or no, I'm the same person, just older and wiser because you have more experience, maybe a little change. Let me know, do you think that you have changed a lot since you were a teenager? For me, I think the answer would be yes. And in my case, I think that's a great thing. When I was a teenager, I was still the same person, but I think my views on life and different ideas about passion and learning and adventure and relationships was a lot different. So I would say for me, yes. I'm curious for you. What would you say? Do you think you have changed a lot since you were a teenager? Or if you're a teenager now, we might have a few teenagers here. If you are a teenager, then the future is wide open for you. Welcome, Kale from Turkey. Excellent. I'm glad you're here for the first time. I hope I said your name correctly. Kale. I'm glad that you're here, and this page is going to be a great place for you to improve your English, have live lessons, meet other nice people. Valerie says, in some ways I've changed, and in some ways no. Okay, some ways yes, some ways no. Manuel says, yes, I've changed a lot. And this is a huge question. We could talk about this for hours. How have you changed? But I think in general, we can agree we're not teenagers anymore. Tsuyoshi says, yes, I have changed. Especially if you have teenage kids. So Tsuyoshi has 2 teenage kids, and I imagine when you look at your teenage kids, you imagine, I'm so different from them now. Wow, I can't believe I was a teenager before. I think when you interact with teenagers again, you realize, wow, I have changed a lot. And this is linked with our expression today. Our expression today is two expressions, but they mean the same thing. Does anyone know what is the expression we're gonna talk about today? What do you think? Delphine, welcome. Didi, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Who knows what is the expression we're gonna chat about today? I think this is useful for transitional times. Manuel says, I've changed my mindset. This is a great expression to talk about your mindset, your worldview, your perspective. This is a great thing to potentially change in your life. Jean-Jacques says, definitely I've changed a lot. Millie says, yes, I've changed a lot. And this is part of growing up. Maybe in 20 years, when you're 20 years older, maybe you'll say the same thing. 20 years ago, I was a different person. And maybe that's a good thing. We're always changing and growing, hopefully getting better. Hopefully your English skills too. In 20 years, you'll look back and think, wow, I am a different person now. Now I'm speaking confidently, hopefully before 20 years. But I think that's a great marker for far in the future. Welcome, thanks for joining me, Tenzin. Christopher, welcome. Safar, great. Oh, yes, Chanakan, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Chanakan, welcome. Chanakan has just joined our 50 Natural English Expressions course. I'm so glad you're part of our great community. Welcome, welcome. Today, the expression we're going to talk about, I'm going to write this down here, is as time went on. As time went on. So we could say, as time went on, or as time grew on. So we could say as time went on or as time grew on. I think grew is going to be a little bit more formal. So I would probably say went generally, but we could use both of them. So let's create a great sentence to talk about your life, because a lot of you have said, I think no one said that they're the same. So everyone so far who commented agrees that you have changed since you were a teenager. So let's think about something specific that has changed. It can be a simple thing. For example, when I was a teenager, I hated sweet potatoes. I hated sweet potatoes and salmon. Salmon is a kind of red pink fish that lives in the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean, but it's a big fish. Bears love it, and now I love it. So I'm going to make my sentence to say, I used to. So we can use this great expression. I used to, in the past, I used to hate sweet potatoes. I don't know why. I love them now. Sweet potatoes. But as time went on, I changed. So this is a great expression to talk about changing your mind. I used to hate sweet potatoes. So for you, you could say, I used to not speak English. But as time went on, I changed, or I started. It's good to use the past tense here. I started to speak more. So I used to hate sweet potatoes, but as time went on, this means over time. Oh, Manuel has a great one here. Yes, I used to be a couch potato. Couch potato is a great expression. It means you don't exercise, you're lazy. And sometimes in our life, it's nice to be a couch potato, just relax on the weekends or occasionally, but maybe not all the time. So, Manuel, tell me, what can you use at the end of this sentence? What are you doing now? I used to be a couch potato, but as time went on, for example, I realized that I need to exercise, or I realized that it's not healthy, or I started to exercise more. So let's use this fool thing. Oh, Nazim has a great one as well. I used to hate Brussels sprouts. I think a lot of kids feel like this. I used to hate Brussels sprouts, but as time went on, I changed. Yeah, it's amazing how there are certain foods that we change our minds about. So maybe as a teenager, you hated something, or as a kid, in the US, broccoli is a very typical example. Kids typically hate broccoli, but for adults, maybe it's not your favorite food, but it's fine. Kamal has a great world answer here. He says, as time went on, the US and China became, great past tense here, became good economic partners in the world economy. So maybe at the beginning, they weren't good world partners, but as time went on, they became better partners. Oh, Marco, that's a good one. If you are a sweet potato, not a sweet potato, a couch potato. If you are a couch potato, this might happen. Marco says she used to be thin, but as time went on, she gained weight. Oh man, you guys have great grammar structure for this. I want to make sure that you're using it naturally, not really thinking, oh, I need to use this, then I need to use this, but this is a good point to focus on it so that the next time when you use it, you've heard it a lot, you feel comfortable with it, so you can really, really use it. I'm going to go back really quick and take a look at a sentence that I missed. Oh, yes, Gyro? I'm not sure if I'm saying the beginning of your name correctly. Should it be Hyro? Gyro? Iro? He says, I used to hate onions, but as time went on, I changed my taste. Yes, onions. Oh, that's a really specific thing. I just ate a lot of onions. This is the good thing about internet classes. If I eat fish or onions, you'll never know. You can't smell my breath. That's great. Judy says, I used to be out of the mood for studying. Oh, sure. Usually we say in the mood. I used to be not in the mood for studying, but luckily I'm not anymore. Great, now you're in the mood for studying. Great. I think this is a good example here. Hitoko has a great question. Hi, Hitoko. Nice to see you again. She says, can we use has changed instead of changed? So in this sentence, let's use this sentence as an example. I used to hate sweet potatoes, but as time went on, I have changed. I used to hate sweet potatoes, but as time went on, I've changed. Yes, we could use this. I think typically in the situation where you could use either, usually we try to use the simplest one in conversation. So for me, I would probably just say, oh, as time went on, I changed, because now I'm talking about at the moment. But when you're writing, we could use either. I think we try to use the simplest one here. So let's keep it simple and use that. Excellent. Oh, Jacques said, I used to hate not being able to talk in English, but as time went on, I started to feel more comfortable. I hope this is true for you. Oh, Delphine said, I used to be an avid fisher. Fisher, okay, that's a fun activity for some people. But as time went on, I changed. So maybe you moved away from a place where you could fish, or just stopped being something you were interested in. Siyoshi says this, yes, I used to play video games, but as time went on, I changed. I never do it, but my son is really into it. This is a beautiful expression to say into it. I'm into it. So I used to be into, for example, I used to be into airplanes. I still love airplanes. My bedroom was covered with airplanes, and now I like airplanes, but I'm not as into it as I used to be. So as time went on, I changed my interests. I love airplanes still, and if I'm close to a small airplane, I get really excited, but I'm not as into it as I used to be. Thanks for bringing that up, Tsuyoshi. Great expression. Mira says, hi Mira. Mira says, my daughter used to hate vegetable soup, but as time went on, she changed a little bit. I hope that she will come to love your vegetable soup. Excellent. Yes, I think these are great sentences, beautiful grammar. Tan says, I used to drink milk, but as time went on, maybe say I started to hate milk, or I became a milk hater. Wow, pretty strong here. And maybe you became lactose intolerant. This is an expression we use to talk about someone who physically cannot eat milk without getting sick. They are lactose intolerant. Maybe that happened to you. It's possible. Aha. Cole has a great question. So he asks, can we say, I think he, I'm not sure, if you're she, let me know. Says, can we say go on instead of went on? As time went on, as time goes on. This is a great question because we can use this in the present tense, but it means that you're still changing. So maybe with English, you're still learning English, you're passionate, you're motivated to do it. So maybe we could say, like, I used to be really nervous about speaking English, but as time goes on, if we can see that, a little there, as time goes on, we can use the present tense, I feel more and more comfortable. This is a great point because maybe things in your life are not finished. You're not finished changing, so we could use that. I'm going to write that sentence down. That's a great one. Let's say, I used to be scared to speak English, but as time goes on and I study with Vanessa, I feel great. As time goes on, let's make it simple, I feel better. So, okay, let's take a look at this sentence really quick. I used to be scared to speak English, but as time goes on, so we're using goes and feel, which are both present tense. But as time goes on, I feel better. So this means you haven't stopped yet. You're still continuing this journey. So, for example, something with food, like sweet potatoes, your tastes, you either like sweet potatoes or you don't like sweet potatoes. Maybe you could say, I used to hate sweet potatoes, but as time goes on, I like them more and more. It's possible with food, but especially with activities or comfort with something. I used to hate my boss, but as time goes on, I understand him more and more. It's getting easier to talk with him. This is a great way to use it in the present tense. Thank you for bringing that up. I want to make sure I have a chance to read most of these sentences here. Hichiko says, I used to be a morning person, but as time went on, I became, let's use the past tense, I became a night owl. Oh, I think it's the opposite for me. I used to be a night owl. I used to stay awake until 2, 3, 4 a.m. But as time went on, I became more morning person, or kind of a morning person. I don't feel as comfortable staying up so late nowadays. Wow, Nutsu has great success here. It says, hi Vanessa, I succeeded in the IELTS exam at overall 8. Congratulations. I know this is not our topic right now, but this is perfect. Thank you for sharing this good advice. I think exams like this, it's great to use it for getting somewhere else. So now your opportunities are completely open to you. You could study abroad, you could teach abroad, live abroad, work abroad. That's great. Congratulations. Wonderful. Let's see. Let's take a look at... Oh, Sultan says, I used to play cricket, but as time went on, I changed because I'm really busy at work. You don't have as much time. Yeah, I think that's true. Maybe life gets in the way. Oh, that's excellent, Nunzio. No, thank you for sharing. Maybe Nunzio? I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. Excellent. Thank you for all of your questions. As I was writing that, I missed some, so I want to take a look. Delphine says, can we say as time goes by? Yes, let's take a look. If we said, I used to hate sweet potatoes, but as time goes by, oh yes. So instead of on, the question is, can we use by instead of on? As time goes by, yes. So you can say by. I'm going to write that here. You can say by, but this is a little more formal. So it's perfectly fine. It just feels a little more formal if you say that. So great question. Thanks for asking. Maybe some other people had a similar question. All right, let's see. Oh, as time goes on, I improved my English. Excellent, excellent. Oh, Louise says, I used to be scared to speak English, but as time went on, I got used to it. And this is exactly it. If you feel scared and you continue to try something, you're not going to feel as scared because you're getting used to it. Beautiful, beautiful sentence there, Louise. Excellent. I want to just tell you, because we had great news from Nunzio here, if you are also taking the IELTS exam, I have a free download, lots of free things today. I have a free download for the speaking exam. There are tips for, I think 8 tips for improving your IELTS speaking score. So if you would like to get this, I believe it is www.speakenglishwithvanessa.com/tips, TIPS. So if you are taking the IELTS, this is going to be a good tip for the speaking exam. It's not for reading, writing, or listening, but this is specifically for speaking. So if you're doing that. And I want to let you know too that today's vocabulary expression, this, as time went on, as time grew on, this is from our free lesson set. So you can download speakenglishwithvanessa.com/fluency. This is a sample lesson set for the course, The Fearless Fluency Club. So if you would like to download the full month, you can understand more expressions like this. On Tuesday, we talked about the word assume. Today, we're talking about as time grew on, as time went on, and these two expressions, there are total of, let's take a look, 24 expressions in this course that you're going to learn in more detail through videos, through conversation. So I recommend download the free lesson set, because especially next week we are going to be talking about the grammar video lesson for the sample lesson set up here. So the grammar video is about could, would, and should. So on Tuesday and Thursday next week, we are going to be talking about these 3 words. And I want to make sure that you have prepared in advance. I think it's important to learn together and to have a community learning things together. So I recommend watching the grammar lesson video in advance. You can watch it once, twice, 10 times, 50 times, great, and follow the transcript. You can also look at the lesson guide. There's a lot of materials, so I want to help you really understand those principles, because if you learn it a little bit, but you don't master it, and then you go to the next thing, you're going to forget the previous thing that you learned. So that's why we're really focusing on today, just one expression, or on Tuesday, we focused on just one expression. Burak, really close, really close. It is speakenglishwithvanessa.com/tips, TIPS. If someone would like to write that in the chat box so others can see it as well, this is for the IELTS exam. And I am briefly gonna show you how you can find that, because I think that's something useful especially if you're gonna study for the IELTS exam. This is a specific exam for going to get your master's degree abroad, to study abroad, or to work abroad. So if you want to get a job in Canada or do your master's degree in Germany or somewhere like that, you need to get a high score on that exam. So I think in general, it's great to just learn conversational English, improve your conversation skills. But if you have a specific goal like that, there's some things you have to do to get to that point. I'm going to show you where you can find that link. Let's see. IELTS tips. Okay. So don't follow my advice for the link. I'm going to turn my screen around and show you really quick how you can download the IELTS tips and also the fluency course. Let's turn this around. All right. So these are the top 8 IELTS speaking tips with sample questions and answers. And this page is Speak English with Vanessa.com/IELTS tips. IELTS tips. And all you have to do is click here, enter your information, and you'll be sent the tips. I want to show you too how you can download the sample lesson set from today. So let's take a look really quick. This is Speak English with Vanessa.com/fluency. That's all you need to type. You don't need that part. That just comes up automatically. Fluency. And you can download the sample lesson pack for free here. Just click on it and enter your information. It will send you an email, and the sample course is about 1 gigabyte. So it's a lot of information, but it's very useful, 1 month worth of materials. So you can download it here for free, and the full course will open in 22 days, 9 hours, 28 minutes, 20 seconds, 19 seconds, 18 seconds. Razik has a good question. How can I download it through my mobile phone? If you would like to download it through your mobile phone, the only thing is you need to make sure you have enough space on your phone. So you can go to the same thing up here, speakenglishwithvanessa.com/IELTS tips, or you can go to speakenglishwithvanessa.com/fluency and download it as well. So on this page, you just learn more about the full course, how you can speak and learn and improve and enjoy, and all the different course lesson sets that will be in it, how you can speak in the course, and some frequently asked questions. And of course, down here, you can ask me any questions as well. So I recommend just downloading the free sample lesson set. That's going to give you a chance to, turn this around. That's going to give you a chance to learn and just prepare before our live lesson, because we're going to be focusing on this lesson set for the next 3 weeks. So this week we focused on 2 vocabulary words. Next week we'll focus on the grammar lesson. And the third week we're going to focus on the pronunciation lesson. And finally, the week before the course opens, we're going to talk about the conversation, this topic for the conversation, which is a conversation with my sister and I, and we talked about travel and reverse culture shock. So we talked about coming back to our own home culture, and it feels strange, and why it feels strange, and the things that feel strange. And I hope that this will be a useful fit for you to just improve your speaking skills, listening skills, confidence. That's the full purpose of this lesson set. So I hope you have a beautiful Thursday. I need to turn the air conditioning on. You might see I'm sweating a little bit. It is hot inside. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Have a great week. I will see you again on Tuesday. Come back if you enjoyed today's lesson as time went on, and I hope that you have a chance to come back on Tuesday, or you can watch the replay whenever you're available. Osama says, I already downloaded the free lesson set. Thank you. My pleasure. I'm glad that you downloaded it, and let's continue to study it together. It's great to work together as a community and kind of motivate each other because we're learning the same thing, and if you want to ask me questions about it, you need to study it in advance. So let's keep up the hard work together. Enjoy yourself. Bye, everyone. I'm glad you're here. Bye, Hussein. Bye, Kushtil. Thanks for coming. Bye, Hung. Bye, Kamal. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for taking time for English Day, and have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy your time off. Bye, Suyoshi. Welcome. Oh, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for coming live. Perfect. Bye, Hitoko. Thank you. See you later. Bye. Bye, Delphine. Thank you for watching this sample video lesson from the Fearless Fluency Club. I would love to help you continue to improve your English. Would you like to get full lesson sets every month and personalized feedback from me? Click the I at the top of the screen to join, or click the link in the description below. You can become a fearless, fluent English speaker. Let's start now.